I know. It's been a bit of a dry spell. I had a bit of construction going on and it messed around with the schedule, but we are back. You know what? I liked this one a bit more than I thought I would. Take a look at this Watchfit 3 from Huawei. It's a mid-tier fitness tracker with really all the essentials. It's much lighter than the Huawei Watch GT2 and more compact, but surprisingly without compromising on battery life. It's water resistant so you can swim with it, and it's also running Huawei's HarmonyOS, all for 160 bucks. Is it worth the money? Let's find out. Obviously, the elephant in the room is how strikingly similar it looks to the offerings from Apple. That said, there are only so many ways you can do a watch, and at some point they'll all look the same. It's got a built-in speaker that's on the left that you can use to play music. Why on earth would you want to do that? Or answer calls if your phone is out of reach and you're sure that the person on the other line is loudspeaker friendly. It's a really meh speaker. It works alright for calls, but the sound quality is just terrible for music. Almost no bass, sounds quite tinny, and is much worse than your phone's speaker in pretty much every way. You got two buttons on the right, a digital crown that is both a button and a scroll wheel. They also etched some text on it, which is very nice. You can click on it to wake the watch and also launch the menu. In this bubble menu view, the wheel zooms in and out of the apps, and in the list view, it scrolls up or down. It's also the button to turn the watch on or off. The other button on the bottom is a bit less accessible but programmable. Just like my other Huawei watch, I had this one mapped to the flashlight, but you can map it to a number of apps or activities if you have something that you use often that's a chore to hunt for in the menu. It feels a bit limited being able to be mapped to just one app or activity. I wish they would add a double click for a second app or activity. Between these two buttons is the microphone, which is just for calls. I really wish Huawei had added an audio recording app to this watch. Having that on your watch can be useful. Instead of fumbling around looking for an app on the phone, you can just record from a watch that's already conveniently wrapped around your wrist. Software is now richer and more mature than their best effort from 5 years ago. The graphics and animations are much smoother, and it also supports widgets and cards to some extent. On the leftmost screen is the Smart Assistants, which is literally a weather and media control widget, but if you have a Huawei, then that section does a bit more as long as you're using Huawei's Smart Assistant widget on the phone. Keep scrolling right to left and you have the watch face as well as 6 screens for widgets. You can totally customize these screens and load them up with 6 of your favorite widgets that you need to access quickly in just a couple of swipes. I love that the watch comes with a calendar widget. I live out of my calendar, so being able to have a quick glance at how my day is looking without fumbling through my phone is such a huge plus. It also supports quick replies, and outside of SMS, they also work for WhatsApp. You can use the ones already curated, and you can create any of your own as well. You can add those too through the Huawei Health app. You can install apps on this watch, and Huawei seems to be rapidly adding new ones. The quality of these apps leaves a bit more to be desired, in all honesty. Any app you install on the watch will only work if you install its companion app on the phone. It seems like too much work to get these features up and running. It was a very clunky execution in my opinion. I mean, the voice recorder, for example, is a remote to launch an app on your phone, which is a separate app you have to install that is different from the recording app that comes with the phone. And I am sure that that app won't be as good nor perform to the same level as the one that you get on your phone by default, which is a massive disappointment. What's not a massive disappointment is you guys hitting that subscribe button. And also, it is the variety of interesting watch faces all with differing complexities. I love an analog dial, so that's what I've got on, and this one in particular shows me as much data as the watch allows. It's dark mode, so it's easy on the eyes in the dark, and it has a power level 1 rating, so it's also very power efficient. You can download more watch faces from the Huawei Health app, but sadly all the decent ones are behind a paywall. You have a selection of decent animated watch faces as well. These will consume a bit more power as shown by their associated power draw ratings, but they look nice. Something that I feel is very welcome as well is the variety of always-on watch faces. The default ones on my current Pride and Joy, the Huawei Watch GT2, are very limited in comparison to what the Huawei Watchfit 3 is packing. Added to that, they're a bit more interesting as well. Just remember that using always-on displays will destroy the watch's otherwise awesome battery life. Speaking of battery life, battery life on the Watchfit 3 was brilliant. Lasted a bit over 9 solid days of mixed use, which is so close to the 10 days Huawei claims as the maximum endurance for the battery. My endurance in these 9 days involved about 3 hours of outdoor workouts with GPS turned on, some 200 notifications a day on average, checking time and notifications about 150 times a day, no calls, and about a combined 5 hours of flashlight use. Charging makes use of a 2-pin solution with magnets to align it and hold it in place securely, somewhat. A 0 to 100 charge takes a bit over an hour, and nope, there are no overheating issues during charging on this one. It's stacked to the gills with health and fitness stuff, complete with a compass and GPS for my outdoor homies. Just like any other fitness tracker, it gets hundreds of preloaded fitness routines, but something really cool that they added to them are fitness courses built right in. They have some pretty neat graphics too, just to help with visuals on how to do it right. It's got 24-hour blood oxygen monitoring, which is not a feature on the GT2. Unfortunately, this is old tech, so you have to summon it manually. When doing outdoor activities, it can trace your route and save it for you in case you can't find your way back, thanks to the built-in GPS. It's also got probably the most accurate sleep tracking I have ever experienced in a watch. Mind you, my list is not that long, comprising of an Itel Watch Horizon, TechnoWatch 1, TechnoBand 1, a Huawei Watch GT2, the one I'm wearing, and a Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra. Anyways, it's been spot on with the total hours I slept and even representations of when I momentarily woke up and how long I was up for. It produces a detailed report of my sleep and a rating and over time it monitors my sleeping patterns. So when my sleeping pattern ends up falling off the rails, believe me, it sends some strong words my way to get me back on the straight and narrow. I love it. This time around, they added Pulse Wave Arrythmia analysis, which helps with early detection cardiac-related anomalies like potential atrial fibrillation. Now, to translate all of that to the Queen's language, it can give you a warning if it detects an abnormal pulse caused by your heart acting funny. A big disclaimer though, this feature is only enabled in selected markets and Zimbabwe is not one of them. For my couples or families who are fitness forward, Huawei also added a health community feature to this watch where some health stats for your loved ones are pulled into one place. I see this being an especially useful one for kids and the elderly, being able to see their health records and respond quickly if there is an issue. You'll be able to get a glimpse of their heart rate, blood oxygen levels, daily step count, and sleep quality from one easy place. Right, so my thoughts on the Huawei Watchfit 3. I love a couple of things about it. It's light and battery life is amazing. The Find My Phone feature can now also find the watch. Brightness is also good, relatively legible outdoors and a lot better than the GT2. The route tracing feature is very useful in unfamiliar places and the watch works on Android, iOS, and HarmonyOS. Yes, the mobile OS space now has a third horse. It's got a couple of kinks though. The execution of the watch's ecosystem of downloadable apps needs quite some work. It's too clunky to even bother with. The adaptive brightness can be undecided sometimes, and when it eventually settles on a brightness, it's sometimes a bit too dim, an issue I never faced on the GT2. Cool thing about it is these seem like easy issues to fix via a software update. Right, it's rating time. Price is fair at around $160, but flirting with expensive for a mid-tier watch like this one. 3.5 stars. Build and design is great, and the aluminum body plus water resistance makes it durable and feel premium. 4 stars. Features are plenty, some storage to load your favorite workout tracks if you decide to leave your phone at home. And in the right country, it also supports NFC for cardless payments as well as enhanced health tracking. 4 stars. This is another solid offering from Huawei, and I would definitely recommend it. But before you rush on to buy this, check out my review of a flagship no compromise smartwatch in the Galaxy Watch Ultra video, and also a review of a budget smartwatch that is the Watch Horizon. I'll see you soon.